welcome to the Village Boy Academy again. In our last episode, we discussed why business fail, and we gave so many reasons why business could fail. The fundamental thing remains that any business can fail, and like we said, there are so many factors. Some could be internal, some could be external. So the question is, what do you do when your business is failing, or when your business has failed? Should that be the end of the road? Do you want to try again? So today we want to discuss what we think you should do if your business is failing or your business has indeed failed. The first step is sincere evaluation. Evaluate the reason your business is failing. Evaluate the reason why you are not achieving what you have planned to achieve. Be sincere with yourself. Sincere evaluation. It is not about apportioning blame. It is about being sincere. So I say, okay, what did I do wrong? What did I not do? What are the things that I left undone? What are the things I took for granted? What are the risks that I did not pay attention to? After you have evaluated this, you ask yourself, can I correct these errors and continue with the journey? Oh, these issues are beyond my ability and capacity. I don't want to do this again. I don't think I have the ability or the capacity to do this. So when you have done this, at least you satisfy yourself that, okay, you have understood the reason your business is failing or the reason why it has failed. It is not a crime that business fails. Business keeps failing. It's not. I know it's not a thing of joy. It can be very painful after you have put all those effort and everything. But remember, there are also factors that are beyond your control, which we mentioned in the last episode. What if those are the factors that led to your business failure? So when you have done your sincere evaluation, then you know what to do next. If there are things that are not clear to you, then I will ask you to follow the next step. The next step is like seek external guidance. Seek help outside of you. Talk to those who are already in the business. Talk to experts, consultants, professionals, family, friends. Yes, sometimes, it doesn't have to be completely a paid service. If you are fortunate to have good friendly professional in your cycle, those who can give you some understanding, who can advise you. Of course, it is also better that if you get a paid service because you also know the value of what you are getting. So seek outside guidance, seek outside help. Don't be too hard on yourself. There are things you don't know. There are things you may not know. If you have employees, ask them questions. What do they think? They may be sincere with you. They may give you insight why the business fails. Even if those insights are personal to them. Everybody has a tendency to be selfish. That is part of humanity. So we can't run away from all these things. Outside help, because these people may be able to see this business with a mindset that is not burdened. Because you running a business, failing or had failed, you already having a huge burden on you. So even when you do self-evaluation, you may not be able to think straight. I didn't mean to insult with that. Your judgment may be clouded. The pain may be too much for you to reason well. So when you seek outside guidance, outside help, you may get more clarity to the situation at hand. After you have done that too, the next thing you should do, understand what is happening in your industry, in the same industry, or in the same line of business. Perhaps what happened to you is not only peculiar to you. There are instances where a particular industry, a particular line of business may be going through the same storm. And you will never know until you investigate, until you ask questions. Yes, if you belong to trade association, there's every likelihood that this would have been discussed at that level. But we do know that most SMEs, operators, don't belong to any association. They are sole runner. They live in their own world, by themselves to themselves. So when you now investigate what is happening in your industry, or what is happening in your line of business, you will get to know, okay, this is not peculiar to me. You can also gain insights from people running the same kind of business. What are they doing? Is it a prerogative to share with you or not? Some of them maybe with the spirit of competition may not want to tell you anything. You can also be fortunate to get those who want to share their experience with you. Maybe they are even going through the same body with you. So they need somebody to talk to as much as you need somebody to talk to. And you can achieve some level of synergy, unburdening yourself to one another and thinking together how you can remedy the situation. That the business fail or its failure should not be the end of the life for you. It should not be the end of the road. There should still be something you can do. Then the next step at that moment, you have to ask yourself, how much risk do I want to take to proceed or to quit? In my consulting year, I've seen guys who try to run business and they discover that maybe they are not carved out for that. They don't have the emotional, they don't have the psychological wherewithal to run business. They don't have the patience. They don't have what it takes to run a business. And they call it quits and toss their certificate or whatever and went back to employment and they thrived. I will say respectfully to people that it's not everybody that will run business. It is not anybody that is meant to run business. You can succeed working with other people. If that is where your strength lies, especially if you are not a risk taker. Every business person is a risk taker. If you are so risk averse that you are scared of risk, then think twice. How will I run a successful business if I don't take risk? So you determine how much risk you want to take at that point in time, and that will determine how you will proceed. Whether you call it quits with running a business and go get something for yourself. Again, that is still not the end of the life. The end of life, that's the end of the road for you. That you don't thrive in a particular business or in a business doesn't mean you cannot thrive, in employment. Then, next step is like, okay, depending on what you get on step 3 of what is happening in your industry or line of business, you want to think about running another line of business. You want to do another kind of business other than the one you are doing that failed or is failing. There are instances that people quickly sell the business that is failing and move on to another line of business, and they go there and they thrive. There are also instances that people run first, second, third business and failed, but they didn't give up, and the fourth business thrive and compensates for the first 3 failures. But there are a lot of lessons to learn from failures. When you fail because you have tried. And that in itself is enough motivating factors. I did something, just I did not succeed. Is different from I did nothing. So at this point, I can say, okay, maybe because of what I've gathered from what is happening in the industry or in this line of business, it is better for me to think of another line of business. And who knows, you may succeed very well. Of course, you have to go through the step of studying that kind of business, preparing your feasibility study, your planning, asking questions, and all that. Appraising the new business you want to do and try to understand what is going on in that industry. After you have decided where you want to go to another line of business, the next step is like you have to believe, very critical here, that you can succeed. You can still succeed. That you fail in a particular industry does not mean you cannot succeed in another. But you need that internal validation. You need internal conviction that yes, I failed before, but I'm willing and I'm capable to succeed again. Every successful business person has a story behind that success. There are people who may have started only one line of business all their life and they achieve tremendous success. Kudos to them. We applaud them. They are rare breed. Yet there are people who may have run dozens of business before they hit the success line because they believe. Yes, business drains your money, your pocket, your resources, your time, your energy, everything. But your business drains that energy, and you should not gamble with that. But if you strongly believe that you have what it takes to succeed, then go for it. Go for it. And you may hit it big this time around. Then finally, I will tell you, do not forget the lessons. Very important. What are the lessons you learn from your previous failure or failures? That's going back to number one, self-evaluation. Those evaluations give you some lessons. Even when you seek outside guidance, you learn some lessons. There are things you may have overlooked, even when you are doing your self-evaluation. Outside, on combat people may open your eyes to certain things you did that you should have done, or certain things you should have done that you did not do. Those are lessons. Put those lessons together. Even when you have interaction in order to seek the understanding in the industry, you will learn one or two things. Put those things together. Why should you put them together? So that you don't repeat those mistakes again. When you don't learn from a particular mistake in the past, there's a very likelihood that you will repeat that mistake. So meaning, when you change the line of business or you rejig your current business, you might still fail if you don't pay attention to the lessons from the previous one. Doing business is a wonderful thing. It is fulfilling. It is rewarding if you succeed. It is stressful, especially at the initial stage, because you have to walk through the rope, and the rope can be very tight. It's like walking through a tightrope. And there are some circumstances where the failure may be outside you. The failure of the business may be as a result of external factors that are beyond your control. There is just simply nothing you can do about it or about them. So don't kill yourself because of that. Don't be hard on yourself because of that. Check. Find out why. Decide how much more risk you want to take. Convince yourself that you are capable of succeeding. Learn from the mistakes, learn those valuable lessons, and go for it again. And when you succeed again, when you succeed this time around, you celebrate. Even when you celebrate, don't forget the lessons. So until I come your way again for other business tips, thank you for the subscribers. Thank you for those who are sharing with their friends. If you have not, what are you waiting for? Press the button, subscribe, share with friends. Together, we can run business that thrives. Our focus is to see you succeed. See you at the podium of success. I remain your village boy.